Let's talk about Sunday Scaries. Sunday Scaries is basically where every Sunday you are filled with dread and sadness and anxiety and all these terrible emotions because you know that it's your last day to try to relax and enjoy yourself before Monday, Monday being the day that you go back to a job that you hate, right? By the way, before we move on, I just want to say hi to some of the new people who have joined. I'm really happy to have you here. I hope that you find a bit of solace and solidarity in this channel. And even though sometimes we talk about more difficult topics, I hope that this is a place where you can kind of come and unwind a little bit. Sunday Scaries is where really you just go on some kind of weird autopilot mode to get through the day. On the one hand, you know you should be seizing the day because it's your day off and you've only got so many hours to do something with. And on the other, you're just filled with this horrible dread and you want to numb your feelings. And you go into this kind of autopilot zombie mode and you're scared to look at the clock because every time you look at the clock, there's less and less time left to you to do something with. So even though I quit my job a while ago, just talking about this stuff and preparing for this video actually brought back a lot of those feelings. Like, they were awful. At one point, I thought that maybe it was just me. Like, it was a problem with me that I couldn't enjoy basically 50% of my weekends. I would look around at other adults around me and they seemed happy on weekends and on Sundays. They seemed energetic. They seemed like they were capable of going out and enjoying hobbies and playing with their kids and just kind of living their lives. And I was wondering, okay, so what's wrong with me? Why can't I do that? After everything came to a head and I kind of dramatically quit my job middle of last year, I had a lot of time to reflect on what I was feeling and why. And I realized that, yes, I was throwing my Sundays away, essentially, but it wasn't because I was lazy. It wasn't because I just inherently didn't have interests or hobbies or things that I wanted to do. And it wasn't because I was feeling a healthy and normal amount of work stress that everybody feels, and it's just fine. My Sunday Scaries was basically my body screaming at me that something was very, very wrong. It was screaming at me that I was on the verge of massive burnout, essentially. Lots of signs of burnout are easy to ignore or easy to explain away as just normal parts of life. A couple of videos ago, I talked about burnout in more detail and just how easy it is for it to sneak up on you because the precursor symptoms can stay with you for years and years, and you can explain it away and other people will explain it away on your behalf until finally something happens and you can't ignore it anymore and you can't explain it like you used to. So for me, the Sunday Scaries is something that came after ignoring or explaining away other more manageable symptoms of burnout. And that level of persistent anxiety that is part of Sunday Scaries starts to wreak havoc on the body, mentally and physically. That anxiety starts to seep into other days. So Sunday Scaries now turn into weekend scaries, where you have those feelings of dread on Saturdays and on Sundays. And then before you know it, it seeps into every day of the week. So every day of the week, you're just going through the motions, trying not to just unravel because you're filled with these horrible feelings every day. Physically, your body starts to become more susceptible to illness. Suddenly someone coughs in the office and you've got a cold that knocks you out for a week, right? You start to become kind of a shell of the person that you were, or the shell of the person that you know that you can be. And hi, yes, that all happened to me. This is all like one of those last Mayday signals that your body tries to send you to tell you that something is very, very wrong. And I truly believe that there are some signals that our body sends us that need to be listened to and taken seriously. An outsider can easily tell you, oh, you just need a mindset shift, or you just need a bit of self-care. Your problems aren't that bad. And I'm actually going to do a separate video on the concepts of self-care and mindset shifts and why I think that they can really be misused, or they can be band-aids for bigger problems. Band-aids that can be useful if you know that you can't change your current situation for whatever reason and you just need to keep going somehow. But I think, and this is from my own personal experience, that those all-consuming Sunday dread, Sunday scaries types of feelings are indicators that something needs to actually change. If you're in this position now, you're not alone. I was in this position for years, and just remembering it brings back all of those feelings as if I'm still there. I get it. And the main point that I'm trying to make in this video is that your feelings are valid. You're feeling them for a reason. And maybe if you can't do anything about it now, at least acknowledging that your feelings are valid, and it's not that you're lazy, it's not that you're unmotivated, it's not that there's something wrong with you. It's actually a signal from your body telling you that something in your life needs to change. Acknowledging that can help until you do get to a point where you are able to change something. Sundays are hard for a lot of people for a reason. We've got this. Thank you for spending time with me. I'll see you next time.